Welcome to Grand Sumo Breakdown, the official.
It's been a year.
You've
man.
had a whole year. One
I'm gonna miss
whole
this.
year.
I'm gonna miss this so much.
I am not. Well, that is. Fleric may have the chance to do it
Let
again.
him toss one more over the plate. See if he's got heat on this one.
Welcome to Grand Sumo Breakdown, the unofficial sumo podcast for official sumo fans. This is Fleric.
This is Jake.
This is Ryan.
This is Mac.
And this is staying in.
Yeah, of course, obviously.
Oh, definitely.
But most importantly, this is the Grand Sumo Breakdown Award Show for 2025. My favorite episode that we do every year as we talk everything that happened in the world of Grand Sumo in the year 2025. And I've got to say, this is probably my favorite year of sumo that we've got to cover on this podcast.
I recorded with Ryan yesterday. He literally got a haircut for this episode.
Are you serious?
I got a haircut. I shaved. As you can see, we're wearing the suit. We're wearing the tie. We got the sumo trading card pocket square going.
Oh, wow.
We are ready to go. We are excited. It is award show season.
Are we
all the stars are out. We've got Teddy on the green
got Teddy.
carpet
We've
here
got Teddy.
tonight,
Oh, my
joining
God.
us for the award show.
We got Jake's chest here joining us for the awards show. I'm wearing my formal sumo kimono. Mac, what you got there? Mac, what you got there? What you wearing?
What's the fit?
The fit is Carolyn chic with a little bit of annoying flair, as is my motif. I feel quite comfortable with myself right now.
Did she make
Speaking
that
of
tie
annoying
for you
flair,
too?
what's your fit, Fleric?
Oh, that was good.
Well played.
Oh, well done.
I have the finest of clip-on bow tie that I used when I half gyoji'd, I think, a sumo demo during some kind of an Asian celebration. So
That's more than you dressed up for my wedding, so I appreciate it.
I will never forget
No.
that. Did I miss anything?
the important times.
Oh man.
So, if this is your first time joining us for a year-end award show, we are going to go through, I don't know how many categories, it's more than there should be, and just a way to relive this past year in sumo. And as I said, this is probably my favorite year of sumo that we've gotten to cover in the 8 years that we've been doing this podcast. I think this would be our 8th, or is this our 9th award show? I don't know how the math
we did
works
one in
on that.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. This is number 9.
Yeah, this is our 9th award show. And I've got to say, do you guys disagree? Is this not your favorite year of sumo that we've had?
Definitely the most exciting one that I can remember in a long since we first started. Because when we first started, it was new, it was exciting, everything was just amazing for us as we were learning and just getting going. And yeah, no, this year was fantastic.
We'll certainly get into the specifics and stuff, but we got 2 Yokozuna this year. The only other time we've gotten a Yokozuna since our podcast started was the Terano Fuji one that was kind of like, well, yeah, I guess he can have it now. He's the best for a little bit, but he's going to fall apart any second, and that felt less climactic. But yeah, I don't know. This year was awesome. We got Yusho from the top guys. The new top echelon has really secured itself. Kodo Shoho's there too, I guess. But yeah, no, it was a crazy good year, and I am running on fumes because I still got that baby at home. That's definitely going to inform a little bit of my energy level and memory of the things that we covered. But yeah, it was an awesome year for sure.
So how is this going to work? Oh, sorry, Fleric.
I think there is some higher highs I had during different years, but overall, I think you're right. This has just been a fantastic and exciting year the entire time. It's been great.
So how this is going to work, we have so many categories to go through, and each one of us has one vote for the category. This is the Grand Sumo Breakdown Award Show, so damn it, we're the only ones deciding who is winning each of these incredibly prestigious awards. And
You
so,
listeners stay listeners, not speakers for this one.
Exactly. And so we'll go through, we'll reveal the winners, but there is a veto system as each one of the four of us gets one veto for the entire episode. Once you use your veto, it is gone, and it is used to discount somebody's vote for a category. It is a system that we have implemented to hopefully break some ties. And once a veto has been used in one category, no other vetoes can be used in that category.
But Ryan, doesn't the NFL have ties now? Aren't you used to it? Isn't it American to have ties?
Even the most perfect product in the world can still have its flaws.
Oof.
Okay.
Ouch.
We're gonna let that one go. I love how we all like. I completely until Ryan started talking, I forgot that we had a veto system. We're Ryan just needs some rules to apply to things. Needs to gamify it a little bit. So we're kind of humoring him, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciated. All right, so Jake, why don't you kick us off with our first award of the evening?
Our first award is the Newcomer of the Year, traditionally known as the Golden Binkie. And this one, not exciting. This was obvious. This was like, duh.
Hold on
But do it
now.
anyway. Go through it.
I'm gonna
Do
go
it.
through the nominees for second place here, because we only count guys that made their top division debut in this calendar year.
And maybe if somebody did like in 2024 Kyushu.
If they became, if they made it stick this time around or something, I get, sometimes we make exceptions. This year, there's really three names that matter. So let's see who are going to be our runners up. Yoshino Fuji, Yoshino Fuji
Wait.
spent 3 Basho. What?
Jake, who's Yoshino Fuji?
Oh, that's right. I should probably note that Yoshino Fuji, since he's only been known as that for 1 Basho now, the former Kusuno. So like many of his stablemates, took on the Fuji part. But Yoshino Fuji, he spent 3 Basho in the top division, 9.3 wins per Basho. Not bad. Not bad at all. Got a Jun Yusho, 3 special prizes, and a Kinboshi, and is still very far from first place in this category.
Probably about
also,
as far from first place as you can be.
Mm-hmm. What?
Huh?
Well, I am assuming it was a 100%.
Oh, yeah. No, this was for sure
0%.
unanimous.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're right. Yoshino Fuji tied for last with Fujinokawa. Fujinokawa also has been here for 3 Basho. 8.3 wins per Basho, still excellent, and a special prize. Still very good start to the career. But, yeah, neither of these guys got any votes because, of course, it's Aonishiki.
Yeah.
The guy wasn't... A year ago, we didn't even... I bet we didn't mention his name once on our 2024 year-end review. Unless we were making predictions about like who might make their top division debut or something. But I
That
think
would have
we
been on the year-long prediction episode.
And
That
that's a
wouldn't have been
separate
on the
episode,
award
right?
show. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet we didn't mention his name once, and now he's in Ozeki. Absolute nonsense. Way to go, Teddy. Really going formal. Really going formal for the award show.
Ryan pulling out the Vanna White as his cat cleans himself for all of our listeners out there.
Aonishiki, he was in the top division for 5 Basho. 11.2 wins per Basho, a Yusho, a Jun Yusho, 6 prizes. More, he has an average of more than 1 prize per Basho. He got a Kinboshi, which he'll never get again, probably because he's just
Hopefully
gonna
not.
I
Hopefully
suppose like end of his career maybe, but like yeah, he's now ineligible for Kinboshi because he is an Ozeki already. Real cleanup here. I doubt any of us even like. It would be a misclick if anybody else got votes on this one for sure. So there you go. The Golden Binkie for Newcomer of the Year goes to Aonishiki.
Well,
As easy as it was to award it to Ono Sato last year,
Yeah,
that's how it was for Aonishiki this year.
really starting off with some real hot takes on our year-end review show.
All right, Fleric, the next category.
All right. Next category we have is the Disappointment of the Year, or AKA the Golden State of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in 2025. Yeah. For those who enjoy those cinematic movies and are sad nowadays.
That's me.
All right.
Yeah, we try to come up with a different topical disappointment each year for this award. This year was
Tough to avoid politics.
tough to avoid politics. Yeah.
Maybe we should just use that.
The golden tough to avoid politics category.
The golden
Nominees.
geopolitical state of the world.
Yeah.
The nominees we have for this category, number 1, the the person who I forgot actually wrestled some matches in this year. We have Teruno Fuji, former Yokozuna. He retires 5 days into the year. We kind of like, will he, won't he retire? And he finally pulled the trigger at the very beginning. Despite many people wanting maybe a comeback for one more show, he decided, nope, it is over after 5 days. Like, it's not going to happen. Number 2 we have is Hoshoryu. He goes Kyujo in the first Basho as Yokozuna, losing in back-to-back playoffs in Aki and Kyushu to further delay his first Yusho as Yokozuna. Third place, not third place, but third nominee we have is Takayasu. He loses in a playoff for the third time in his career, earning his 9th Jun Yusho with no Yushos yet to date on his entire career. Next we have is Miyagino Oyakata, aka Hakuho, retires has a stable, remains a part of the Issei Gahamabeya, and the JSA didn't give him a timeline of when he will be able to break off again and form his own stable. And running, and the last one in our nominations we have is Ono Sato, going Kujo on day 15 of the Kyusho Yusho, while tied with Aonishiki and Hoshoryu for the lead, denying us of a delicious possible playoff for Yusho at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we have the winner of this category with 50% of the vote.
Say the name, the Golden State of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in 2025.
Right, you are of this whole entire mouthful. What Ryan said, we have with 50% of the vote, the winner is Takayasu.
Oh,
Yes.
come on, you guys. I really
He
want to
loses in a
veto one of those
playoff
votes.
for the third time. With that third playoff loss, it was so sad. People almost started believing. I saw maybe a couple more towels being broken out on Jake's screen, but unfortunately, he's still a meme unto himself and will never win the Yusho.
Can I veto now, or is it too late once it's been revealed?
Yeah, veto. It's
I'm
live
vetoing
veto
it,
until we move
absolutely.
on.
Hey, which of you two voted for Takayasu?
I was
me.
one as well.
Mac and Fleric? I'll veto Mac. Just because. I don't know.
Okay, you just really want this to be a three-way tie then.
Yeah. I'm good at that.
And no other vetoes can be used, so we
No
don't have
vetoes
a
used.
three-way tie.
I'm gonna have a little bit to say about Takayasu later. Yes, it was a disappointment if you want Takayasu to spoil his perfect character that he spent a decade building. And if he wins a Yusho, I mean, that kind of ruins the whole gimmick, doesn't it? No, I'm clearly coping, but I definitely that guy had a better year than to end up on this award here. So if that one only gets one vote,
That had 50. What were the other two?
Yeah, what are now our other two co-winners, Fleric?
I want to just talk about the Takayasu a little bit before we spread it out.
You absolutely
In a
can
sense-
defend it. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. Okay, so you're not just super disappointed when he didn't actually get a Yusho, Jake. Were you just
Of course,
not
I was
crushed?
disappointed. Yeah.
Yeah. It was not the most disappointing thing of the year. Is it just so
No.
Takayasu does not end up on an award for his failure?
Partially, yes.
Probably
It's absolutely
again.
partially, yes.
I don't have all the past results, but I'm sure Takayasu's been disappointment of the year before.
Yes.
The time that he got 2 Jun Yushos in a row and people were talking about him being a Yokozuna candidate.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, it's tough. But I think the reason why he gets so much shit is because he does so well and people start believing in him, and he's just not clinched it out yet.
Mhm.
It's not
Well,
fun
right.
to hate somebody that sucks. It's
All
more
right,
fun to hate
he's-
somebody that's really, really, or it's yeah. I'm sorry, go on.
So Takayasu, he's no longer the definitive first place, but he's tied for first place. Still first place. Let it be known. We have joining him is Miyagino Oyakata Hakuho, retiring after being able to get the clear to separate his stable once again and go off on his own to train his own Rikishi. That's also definitely sad. And joining in along with that is Hoshoryu. He goes Kyujo in 2 of his first 3 Basho as Yokozuna. Just so the beginning of Hoshoryu's Yokozuna career.
But he was injured.
Yeah, Ryan,
and that's
defend your vote.
disappointing. As a huge Hoshoryu fan, I was incredibly disappointed that he went Kyujo for the first 2 out of 3 Basho that he was Yokozuna. And then on top of that, as a huge Hoshoryu fan, I was incredibly disappointed that the next 2 Basho after that, he lost in playoffs.
Yeah. No, it's a completely fair answer to me.
I know it was, but still, it's like, but he was injured. Caveat.
Yeah.
It's disappointing that people get injured. Am I not allowed to be, if Ono Sato breaks his leg in half and has to sit out all of 2026, am I not allowed to be disappointed we don't have Ono Sato? Well, he was injured, so you can't be sad about it.
I think the thing for me with him was like he had some really high highs towards the end of the year. And so I think over the course of the year, I was pretty okay with his performance, even though it got a little iffy towards the middle.
That's how I can tell Flarrick's not as diehard or competitive as I am. The closer that you get to glory, the more disappointing it is when you don't achieve that glory.
Flarrick voted for Takayasu in this category.
It's fine for fringe fans to be like, yeah, but it was a fun ride. We got so close. Oh, they played so good. And then you got the diehards like me that would just have rather lost every single game than have gotten so close to touching glory and having it ripped out from underneath you. Now you have to, you barely get there, and to get so close to have it ripped away, you're not sure you're ever going to get there again. That's way worse for me.
You know, I actually believe you in this. Like I call sports fandom personally myself emotional betting of where I have happiness right now. I'm going to bet this happiness because
double or nothing.
After these people do sports stuff, I'm going to be either double the amount of happier than I started, or I'm going to be sadder afterwards. And I definitely am one to hedge my bets. I have my bankroll of emotional happiness. I have my bet size that I do every single time. I definitely don't do the all-in of where I get so disappointed on the loss. But then I definitely am not going to have the high highs of when eventually Hoshoryu goes a whole year of winning every single match.
Yeah, 90-0, 2026. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. So
this conversation. Sorry, go
I admit to you that is the case.
Yeah. This conversation is so funny to me because you guys are just like talking past each other, making the exact same arguments. Because Takayasu and Hoshoryu, exact same reason to be disappointed in them. It's the exact same thing.
That's why I stayed silent. I'm like,
for the
I'm
same
just gonna
concept.
bask in this.
Yeah, but Hoshoryu lost in 2 playoffs.
Twice as bad.
And Hoshoryu has some Yishos under his name.
He sure does.
He does.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have to defend too much that Hakuho retiring for good was a big one.
Yeah, that hurt.
For me, that just edged out the other ones. Takayasu, this has happened before. I mean, come on, gotta have something new. And how about cultural conflicts resulting in the greatest of all time washing out of being a coach like a couple years after retiring? That is a massive loss in a lot of ways. I'm not saying that like everything that he did was okay or that he should have stuck around. I don't know the whole situation. I just know that not having him there is a bummer.
Absolutely. Mac, why don't you pull us out of this pit of depression and,
all right, I will,
and bring us to the next category.
I will use a technique, or a Kimarite, if you will. It is the Kimarite of the year, known as the Golden Gumbai here at GSB. The nominees this year are the Tsute Zori. It is the underarm forward body drop where the attacker shifts the extended opponent's arm around and twisting the opponent behind one's back and down to the doyo. Can you guess who made this move famous in the top division?
Definitely Mac from that description.
Why? How did you know? No, it is by the pink Mawashi Crusader Ura. It's been used 5 times in the top division. The last time was in 2024, and the Kimarite above the year by Ura himself. Yeah. And also, before that, in 2022, was also the Kimarite of the year. So Ura making it look good.
Yeah, nobody even like tries this silly nonsense except for him. But sometimes it works. Not a lot. Sometimes it does. He definitely, like, if you have seen him pull off this move, you can also see the many times that he does not pull it off while losing a match.
Our next nominee is the Keikaeshi. It is the minor inner foot sweep, where the attacker kicks the inside of the opponent's foot, typically accompanied by a quick pull that causes the opponent to lose balance and fall. This move, made popular by Tobizaru, has been used 9 times in the top division by him alone and 10 since 2020. So 10 times total, 9 of those have been from Tobizaru. He likes
10
it.
times since 2020, but yeah.
Okay, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
I also want to point out real quick that both of the Tsutezoris and the Kekaeshi, all of them were on Takayasu.
Ooh.
Everything we've nominated for this so far has been used on Takayasu.
Why was
in
it
2025.
that in the disappointment of the year?
Because it's not disappointing. Takayasu loses cool.
Hold on, I've got to look up if Takayasu lost to this next Kimarite.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Well,
Mac, read us the next nominee, and
You
Ryan's
got
going to
it.
verify if it was Takayasu or not.
The next Kimarite nominee is the Uchimuso, made famous by Ao Nishiki. It is the inner thigh propping twist down, where you use the left hand to grab onto the outside of the opponent's left knee and twisting the opponent's down. Did Takayasu lose to this technique?
No. So our stat that we have for this one is Awanishiki has used it 4 out of the 5 times it was used to win a match this year. The 5th person to win a match by Uchimuso this year, Takayasu.
Yeah.
Okay.
How can you be disappointed in a man that's part of every moment of history that happened this year?
I was about to say, well, thus far, he's been included, so hang on. Might be changing my vote here, but you vetoed it, you asshole.
I do not regret that veto. I used it perfectly.
Well, don't say you don't regret it now. You don't have it for the rest of the episode. You blew it pretty
True.
early.
I don't want to finish the boss fight with all my health potions. You know, I gotta use my resources, and I feel like I used it wisely even if it was early.
Fair.
You fool. Our next nominee is the Watashi Komi. This is the thigh-grabbing pushdown, where you grab the underside of the opponent's thigh or knee with one hand and push the other with the other arm, thereby forcing the opponent out or down. This move made popular by Hoshoryu on Aki Day 1.
This is just like a straight-up tackle.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very, very rare to make it actually work without touching the ground before your opponent. But yeah, just a straight-up tackle.
And our last nominee is the Kubi Hineri. This is the head twisting throw, where you twist the opponent's head or neck down, causing them to fall. This has only been used 24 total times in the top division, and this go-around, we had it used by 2 separate Rikishi, Tamawashi on Kyushu on day 4, and Sadana Umi on Kyushu, same tournament, day 13. Oh, man, I have a lot of good candidates this year.
Yeah, I like this one because it kind of broke down how we have it nominated. We have 3 where you have guys doing their specialty.
Yeah.
Because like Ura used the Tsutei not once, but twice this year. And the Kekeishi, clearly Tobizaru's specialty, Uchimuso, Aonishiki's specialty. So it's kind of like the defining moves for these guys. And then you also just have a couple of really cool Kimarite that are kind of 1 or 2 off that you don't see very often. They're just really cool.
The Tsutezori, Ura using it twice. In case I didn't enunciate it clearly enough, both of those were Takayasu.
Yeah.
It was both times. Both times it was the same 2 guys.
Well, keep that enthusiasm going because, gentlemen, we have a tie.
Ooh.
With 50% of the vote, we have the Tsutezori from Ura.
Yep, of course.
And with 50%, we have the Uchimuso. So, anybody want to use their tiebreakers? Or are these 2 worthy Kimarite that deserve to share the Golden Gumbai?
I say open discussion right now. Votes are fluid. Like, hey, somebody can switch sides. So I am one of the 50% Awanishiki Uchimuso voters. Who joined me there? Fleric, you are muted, but I assume that is you on my side.
Yes, I joined you, Ryan.
Yeah. So the reason that I voted Uchimuso is it is an incredibly kind of rare technique. It's not seen very often in the top division, and Awanishiki made that his signature move in the top division this year. And as Awanishiki was such a prominent and very large part of the sumo discussion, and this being his signature move, I feel like it's kind of a battle of, do we just go with the coolest Kimarite and give it to Ura for the third
correct.
time for the same
That is correct.
Kimarite?
Yes.
In 4 years.
Valid, incredibly valid. Or mix it up a little bit and kind of go with Kimarite that kind of helped define the year. So kind of two different criteria looking at Kimarite of the year. Which one helped kind of define the year? Maybe it's not the coolest, or the coolest one.
Yeah, it's watching this one, watching the matches to take a look at this Kimarite. I was like, it was Aoi Nishiki. Was like, oh yeah, he's doing sumo. Then, oh wait, he did something where the opponent fell down. And there have been so many times where I was just watching his match, and then he would do something where the opponent would fall down. And I found out that this is one of the main Kimarite where that was actually going down. Mm-hmm. So it's like one of the mysteries of Aoi Nishiki got solved with this magical thing. I'm with Ryan. It's kind of a part of the storyline that is Aoi Nishiki. And the other thing is he's used it like what? Was it four out of five uses? Yeah, 4 of the 5 uses. How many? I love Ura. But how many times has he done that Kimarite this year?
Twice.
How many times has
Twice.
it shown up? Yeah. I don't know. I feel like another one has maybe been the one that has been defining and been a part of one of the main storylines that is this year. Vote Aoi Nishiki.
So, Mac, I can assume I can move your vote pretty solidly over to...
No!
I feel like we were pretty convincing there.
Oh, no, you were convincing. You just didn't convince me.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jake, I'll move your vote over.
No, I think just like it doesn't feel right to go with the storyline over it's the cooler thing. Everything you said about it, other than if you take the narrative out, which I understand is saying a lot, but if you take the narrative out, the Tsutezori is everything you just described as what was cool about the other one. It's just the coolest move. And the fact that he keeps pulling it off hilariously twice against Takayasu.
One of the most entertaining men in the dojo and out of the dojo when he flies and does his cartwheels and somersaults and winds up in the front row. How can you not love when this man gets to pull off his signature technique?
Yeah. And that signature technique is also nonsense.
Yes.
Have you seen this happen? How do people fall over? How does it even work?
It shouldn't, but it does.
And that's the reason I'm not going to use my veto this round, because I do feel like Tsutai's it's hard to argue against it. So I'm not using my veto this round. I'm okay with a tie on this one.
You know, that is one of the most American things I heard you say, Ryan. I am also going to be okay with a tie. Mostly because both of these are very magical. There is a lot of confusion, like what the heck happened with Ura's move of as I scroll up in Tsutezori. But there's also there's some kind of magic happening with Uchimuso with Aoi Nishiki, but it's happening kind of under below the belt. It's kind of a little bit not as flashy, but it's just kind of still some cupping. There's still some pushing. Yeah, I think there's some magic to it. There's some visual beauty to it. I just think is worthy.
Both of the moves require the winning Rikishi to be in a losing position and then to pull magic out of their ass.
Exactly.
To pull off this technique. Or at least the way Aoi Nishiki does the Uchimuso.
Well, yeah.
I did see a video of like Hakuho doing it, and he very much wasn't in like his entire upper body underneath the chest and belly of his competitor, and then just like pulling backwards and getting the win. Hakuho used it in a much more dignified Hakuho way when the video that I had seen for it, because I had looked it up because I'm like, all right, I just want to get an idea of like exactly how it's supposed to look, and I think the official NHK video they have is Hakuho. I'm like, that looks way different than how Aoi does it.
And I bet it looks like a wrestling move as opposed to whatever this is.
And any kind of NHK video just showing Hakuho pulling off a Kimarite, it's not going to be sloppy. That man was just power.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I'm fine with the 50%. I'm fine with the shared podium here.
All right. So we've added the veto system to get rid of ties, and here we are, 3 categories in with one three-way tie and one two-way tie. But I can't fight my urge as well as Jake to not hold on to all of my equipment until the boss battle.
You keep your health potions, damn it.
Yeah, we're going to end up on the last category. It goes Ryan's way anyways, but he has his veto, and he's just going to live with regret.
We'll see. So Before we move on to the next category, we're going to give some Grand Sumo Breakdown New Year's resolutions. Each one of us going to promise to do something in the new year. This is where Mac decided, hey, I need to try hate on for a size, and that's where we decided, or he decided that he would hate Ichi Yamamoto for the entirety of 2025. Mac, you are now officially relieved of that hatred.
Oh, I feel better now.
Sounded like you got relieved of something else right there, buddy.
It's good. It's good. It's real good.
Heavy burden Mac was carrying around there.
Heavy burden.
You know what? Go ahead and throw it on my back. It's plenty strong to hate a lot more people.
Ryan won't even notice.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you directing your hatred towards somebody in particular, or are you spreading it out among the entire Bansuke?
I mean, you know, Oho, Oshoma, Gonoyama, the usual suspects. And not changing my New Year's resolution has nothing to do with hating less. If anything, it'd be hate more. But my New Year's resolution for this year, Mac and Flarick would have no idea about any of this.
Nope.
Last year was goddamn embarrassing for me, predicting the Bansuke. We fell from grace. We were top 10 Guess the Bansuke rankings for almost 3 whole consecutive years.
Out of 300 for context. Like, it's a substantial achievement.
I won a Guess the Bansuke in 2024. I was ranked number 1 for at least 4 or 5 tournaments overall in Guess the Bansuke. And this past year just saw me drop further and further and further down the rankings. I currently stand at number 24. I promise by the end of 2025, I will be back in the top 10 of Guess the Bansuke. I am rededicating myself to Guess the Bansuke. We're getting back to the top 10.
That's a measurable goal that you will have to work very hard at, which makes it a poor New Year's resolution.
Yep.
I want to lose weight, or I want to be more active. Now that's a New Year's resolution, you know? Something vague you can't really fail at.
I want to be better at guessing stuff.
Have you tried? I imagine this is going to involve Ryan flying out to Japan and like figuring out who the Bansuke committee people are, and then just slowly picking their brain,
banging on the Kokugikan gates. Get me in!
Throwing some bribes, like some random things.
I'm too recognizable a face. I mean, you can't be number 1 of Guess the Bansuke and have a video podcast and them not know who you are. They know who I am. I just can't go waltzing into the Bansuke committee room and making demands. But we do have field correspondent B that has not been able to make it back to the States in at least 7 years. So we could send him in stealthily to listen in on some of those meetings and get me some inside information. That's the plan.
It's true. You should send your trophy of best Bansuke guy, just in case he needs a little bit of proof or just kind of credence to get into those meetings.
That will never leave me ever.
He's actually touching it right now. It's just off camera. It never leaves his possession.
All right. I think for my resolution, I think amateur-wise, just go to a sumo practice. I think that'll be pretty good. Spin a bit, put on the old Mawashi, do a little couple Shiko, and see how it goes. I think I'm going to keep it simple. Just go to a sumo practice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping that there will be some more opportunities within driving distance. Like when we went to Chicago, that was like, that's a reasonable drive from here. That can be there and back in a day or something. I'd love to have like another little tournament like that or something.
Whoa.
Yeah, you know what?
I didn't say tournament. I said practice.
I know.
Hold on.
But if there's something in Chicago, my odds are better to convince you rather than get you to drive to Dallas with me again or something like that.
Yeah, definitely helps.
So Flarick really tempted me to go amateur sumo like I always want to do, but I'm going to keep this one in pro sumo. November, with the new baby and the Basho, very difficult to stay on top of watching sumo on time. I'm going to say I don't ever want to fall more than 2 days behind in a Basho again, because I struggle so bad when I have to watch more than 2 days is okay. It's just, it doesn't stick out in my memory if I watch 3 days or so like in one sitting. Of course, I'll still have fun as long as I have the time to do that. But then they all kind of like run together. I don't remember what happened, what day or whatever, and then I just feel like I get less out of it, and I'm less good at podcasting about it. So yeah, I want to try and stay as current as possible. Falling one day behind, okay. 2 days, only in emergencies, but that's got to be it. I got to stay on top of it.
For me, I guess I'll make two. I'll make two resolutions. One, I endeavor to watch more tournaments with Carolyn, because a lot of these, when I come up here and I'll watch them either on my computer or it's usually just me watching, analyzing, writing everything down. She is just as interested in sumo. Maybe not to the level that I am, but she likes watching the tournaments and likes picking out her favorite guys, even though she's wrong, but that's okay. She has her favorites, which is great, so we usually root against it. So Carolyn is my wife, my lovely wife. So I want to spend more time with her and watch sumo, and we can discuss sumo, and then our favorite wrestlers can fight each other, and then we can have something else to argue about.
Does she just pick who's the cutest one?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's how Katie humors me with sports. Not as much with sumo, but like, God, I hate it when that works too.
Right? She picks like Tobisaru or Ura, or she's like, where's my sweet baby Enho? Where's the gorgeous Georgian? So I'm like, okay, no. More time with her so she can actually learn who actually does well and actually learn their names other than just what we call them when they're not on the screen. Then my other one, I guess for guessing purposes, would be to lose no more than 3
wow, shooting for the stars there, Mac.
I'm shooting for the stars, baby.
Another difficult and measurable goal. Oof.
Right? Lose no more than 3 champy jumps.
Oof.
No, not 4. Whoa.
Less than 4. I'm saying lose less than 4.
Okay, lose less than 4. I'm like, whoa.
Is that how many he lost this year?
Yeah,
I believe so.
Okay.
Yes.
I lost 4. I won 2 and I lost 4.
Oh,
I'm feast or famine. What do you want?
Yeah, it's a lot of famine though, buddy.
Hey, it helps me stay svelte, man.
That's the famine diet. That's how Max stays so trim.
It works.
All right,
I need to work on that. This the suit jacket doesn't quite fit the same way it did 10, 15 years ago when
that's
it was
weird. The belly
fitted.
shrunk on this coat.
Yeah. We got to decide where we want to go for lunch next month, too. So keep that in mind.
Speaking of making this thing not fit.
Yeah. All right. With our New Year's resolutions out of the way, we're going to move on to the funniest moment of the year. And forgive me, I do not remember why we call this the Golden Shakira.
A joke from like 3 or 4 years
Is it
ago.
one that we didn't update?
I don't think
No, it's supposed to be Golden Shakira. I don't, for the life of me, remember why, but that is the official name.
But it's not one that we update to something funny that's relevant. It's something that was funny to
It's like
us a few
Newcomer
years
of the
ago.
Year, Golden Binkie.
Sure.
This one's just always Golden Shakira moving forward.
For some reason, I thought it was Kesha Mawashi at one point, but
No, the Golden Kesha's later.
It's always
That's
Kesha
later.
Mawashi.
that's later. Okay, as long as it's later. I was
we
like, wait a
remember
minute.
the
No,
origin of
I
it.
remember. So,
Whoa.
the match of the year, I think, is Golden Kesha. And yes, that's the Golden Kesha, and that's because it kind of sounds like Kensho. And we made a joke about that, and we
Yes.
renamed it to the Golden Kesha. And the funniest moment of the year used to be the Golden Shokiri. And so we had another female pop star that we replaced, and so that is why it is the Golden Shakira. I look forward to next year when we have this conversation again.
Yes, please. That's very stupid. All right, we got 5 official nominees, but I wanted to shout out 3 things that weren't like huge honorable mentions because they weren't like huge individual moments, but things that were kind of trends throughout the year that were hilarious. Ura kept flipping. We're not going to nominate that one every year. It happens every Basho. He did it every Basho. It was great. Except for in Natsu, one day he decided to hold back on flipping and he belly flopped. That was pretty good. Also, more of a trend type funny thing. Midori Fuji landed 7 Katatsukashis this year. His one stupid shoulder pull move that nobody else really does all that often. And these poor idiots keep falling for it because they don't watch game film or something like that. He got 7 of them this year in the top division, including 2 each on Ryuden and Shonan Noumi, including in Kyushu when he got these 2 guys on back-to-back days. Ooh, embarrassing. And then also a quick shout out to Ichi Yamamoto for kind of breaking out into his own character and becoming part of the meme crew. He's got some real funny faces that he makes. There were several awkward physical moments, like where somebody fell on him and then like didn't get up right away. Just funny guy. The fact that he also can pull off upsets on any given day makes it extra funny. So yeah, Ichi Yamamoto, looking forward to him getting some more work in this category, including one of the nominations we'll get to in a minute.
I can like him now.
You can like him now, Mac.
I can like him now.
I'm sure that's very freeing for you.
It is.
Okay, so our official nominations for funniest moment of the year, the Golden Shakiras. I wish I knew more than just Hips Don't Lie for like song titles so I could make more jokes about it. On Hatsu, day 10, Wakamoto Haru versus Ura. This is the one where Ura put up his fists like he was in a boxing match. That was excellent.
Put him up.
I believe we still have that as an emote in our Discord server. Haru, day 2, Takayasu versus Ura. Ura gets slapped down. Again, Takayasu versus Ura. Just gold. It's a match made in heaven. This is one where Ura gets slapped down. He does a trademark Ura flip off of the dohyo and lands in Ichi Yamamoto's lap where they lock eyes lovingly for too long. Natsu, day 1, the Shimpan could not get it together. So this one was a nominee. The lead Shimpan incorrectly states that a verdict was overturned when they actually all agreed with the call the Gyoji made. Then in the following match, the Shimpan could not figure out Hirodumi's name. Just got in their own head and had a real moment there. Then the Yusho race in Aki, specifically day 14. Here's another nominee. Onosato got a Fusen win due to somebody pulling out for injury, so Hoshoryu was like, all right, I'll henka somebody. And to stay in the Yusho race. Just dick move. Excellent comedy, though. Laughed out loud when it happened. And then Kyushu day 10, Roga versus Churanoumi. Roga gets incredibly lucky by getting a Tori no Oshi when he probably should have lost. And then in the Tori no Oshi, he henkas. So just another henka dick move for just a real funny moment. Really, the buildup of the Tori no Oshi was just excellent to fall like that. But our winner with 50% of the vote is... I lost the thing I had open, so we're going to have to sit here and wait.
I know who it is.
Yeah, go ahead, because it... I'm sorry. That's because it didn't get sent to me in the same spot. It got sent to me via a different... okay. Hoshoryu pulling the henka to stay in the Yusho race for 50%. Me and Ryan swapped this one at the last minute, so I'm like, here's my notes, and it doesn't have this one. What am I doing? So yeah, we got 2 votes for Hoshoryu versus Wakataka Kage, and then 1 vote each for Ichi Yamamoto and Ura falling in love, and then 1 vote for Wakamoto Haru versus Ura. So yeah, that was a real fun category. We had a lot to go off of this year. In particular, Natsu was the one where I had like 20 bullet points of funny moments that happened. Just a great one all around. Anybody got anything to say about the winners or their votes that they wanted to put in here?
No, for me, it was tough to choose between these 3. Ultimately, I went with Ura putting up his dukes. It's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But I'm fine with any of these others getting votes, and the Hoshoryu henking, Wakataka Kage, and mostly the circumstances of it all. I'm perfectly fine with that one winning.
I love a henka. Love me a henka.
That you do. So yeah, I voted for Hoshoryu doing the henka. Who else gave a vote for that one? Is that Mac or Flair? Mac?
Yeah.
Gotcha. You have good taste, sir. Due to that switch, looks like I'm up again.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't have any awards till late now.
Yeah.
I got all the heavy hitters.
Next up, appreciate your naming on this one, Ryan. This one's nice and topical. We have the villain of the year. This award is also known as the Golden 6-7.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, right? We're very with it. So before I get too deep into this one, I'm going to actually make sure that I have my notes in front of me properly. Okay, we're good. So the villain of the year, our nominees, starting off, we have Chiyo Shoma, who henkas Hoshoryu to earn the first Kinboshi taken off him as a Yokozuna. Just brutal. We also have the Bansuke Committee for continuous crimes against Banskes. Just no patterns. If you watch our Bansuke episodes, you know that me and Ryan call it out where even within the same Bansuke, they break their own rules. They have two identical situations and do them different ways or something like that.
We have 12 hours of bitching about this Bansuke committee this year. So,
yep.
And counting.
Mm-hmm. We have one Lord of the Rings extended edition worth of whining about this Bansuke committee. Also, Villain of the Year nominees Wakataka Kage and Wakamoto Haru, Henkeing, Aonishiki, and Hoshoryu in Kyushu. So, yes, we didn't mention
You didn't
this.
read that right. Henkeing, our beloved.
You're right, I did switch that. So, yeah, we didn't cover that in the funniest moment of the year, but that one Henka got some revenge coming back at. Which was the order of these, Ryan? Do you remember off the top of your head?
I believe Wakataka Kage hanked Aonishiki, and then Wakamoto Haru hanked Hoshoryu a day or two after.
Yeah. We also have Gyoji Kimura Kankuro, retired after pinching a junior Gyoji multiple times, causing bruising. Didn't mean to demean that one. This guy was kind of a giant dick.
I thought he was an ass.
No,
It's kind of a hard shift in tone for these last two.
Yeah, these last two are like actually pretty bad here, but like,
Yeah. That's the problem we
very
always run into
6'7".
with this one.
Yep,
Very
but
6'7", yeah.
very 6'7", yes.
Bringing it back. Good job, Flair.
8 even, perhaps, if we move into that territory. But yeah, I just hate how that scandal always got translated as pinching, because it just feels like such a no big deal, kids being kids kind of thing. But like, no, he was severely abusing this other Gyoji. Anyways, he had to retire. We also have Gyoji Ginjiro, who embezzled millions of yen that was entrusted to charity for children. Children affected by the Great East Japan earthquake from 2011. Then he gambled the money away. This guy obviously won. It was unanimous.
I was about to say, like,
this was another easy category. Gambling
I was
away,
ready to use my veto if he was, and I'm like, no, this man right here.
Gambling away children's charity money. Come on, man. Don't need
it. It's just that much higher than hanking Hoshoryu in my book.
Ryan,
it was close.
Ryan struggled with this vote.
Yeah. And then hanking Aonishiki on top of that, like, oh my gosh, it was real. It was a struggle for me. This one took the longest for me to decide.
Yeah, but like I said, we roundabout come to the very obvious conclusion that that's the worst guy this year. What a jerk.
Yep.
All right. For the next category we have is the comeback of the year, or this is one I understand, the Golden Naked Gun award.
Deserved name.
Rules.
Deserved name.
It's a fantastic, fantastic movie. All right, we got the nominees. Let's figure them out. We have Hoshoryu as the first
Lyric
one.
looking at this for the very first time.
I know.
Despite having voted for it.
This is the second time. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I completely forgot it in between then and now.
It'll be just as surprising either way.
We have Hoshoryu down 3 wins after day 9, and he wins the Yusho. I believe that is from Hatsu, right?
Yes,
The
sir.
very first one. Yep. Next nominee we have is Asanoyama, returning to the top division after missing 6 months from a torn ACL.
So we can include this because the Bansuke for Hatsu has been released and Asanoyama is back up in the top division. So it counts. I say.
I didn't realize that's the Bansuke you were going off of. That is actually Weak Sauce.
Did you
vote for that?
Did you watch Kyushu or any other Basho this year and see Asanoyama? What did you think was happening?
No. I obviously have not watched the Hatsu 2026 Basho. So
Spoilers.
Anyways, and the last one of the nominations we have is Takayasu, who was not Fusen once during the year for the first time since 2016, and he spent the majority of the year in the Sanyaki ranks.
Yeah, so a little bit of a slight career renaissance for Takayasu. He even got the signature 12-3 playoff loss.
Yep.
All right, and the winner of the Golden Naked Gun Award, we have a tie. We have half the votes for Hoshoryu, down 3 wins after day 9 at the Hatsu Basho, and he wins the Yusho. He wins the Yokozuna promotion. And Takayasu completed every day and spent the bulk of the year in the Sanyaki ranks.
What a comeback. What a hero. Legend.
Good.
Who
So I
voted for
assume,
that
Jake, you voted for Takayasu?
one? Sure did.
No, you didn't.
I join you on this one, Jake.
The sole winner is Hoshoryu.
Flair, veto!
Back from
Wait,
If you weren't going to, I was.
3 wins down on the Hatsu Basho to win.
Oh, okay.
Jake's vote has
Ryan
been vetoed.
vetoes Jake.
Honestly, anything involving Takayasu, I should probably just recuse myself.
Yes.
Probably most appropriate.
In the future, next year, recuse yourself. Abstain.
Only point of order I would bring up is that I feel like Fleric would have probably jumped in there as well.
I feel like I was waiting for my chance to say it, but I got cut off. I don't know what's going on. We have to check the tape. But you did jump on that first, Ryan. Well played. I was definitely going to jump in. I guess
Same.
Takayasu gets no acclaim other than disappointments.
If all four of us wanted to break this tie, but me and Fleric's side only had the one veto, maybe that's a fair way to say that one team won.
This is why you save your health potions until late game.
Save it when it's important.
But what if I need it later?
We have now taken
What about
2
the
awards
next
away
boss
from
fight?
Takayasu with vetoes.
That is
Yeah, but
pretty
one of
good.
them was a bad one, so that's a good thing.
But an
But he
award
still got it.
nonetheless.
He's just splitting it with 2 others.
He really should be Rikishi of the year. Like he's the most important to our entire award show.
Yeah,
He's been involved in every category except
Yeah.
for villain.
Any more discussion on that one? I think we're good.
No, I think it's appropriate.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. Good for Asanoyama coming back, but yeah, I think it really depends on the manner of his return next year to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll be talking about him in this category next year, but we'll see.
Yeah. And to go into Hoshoryu, like guy was down 3 wins after day 9 and still won he was sitting at 6-3 and he was still able to win the rest of his matches emphatic fashion, win a 3-way playoff by winning 2 back-to-back matches. Just and with the stakes on the line for Hoshoryu coming off of that impressive 13-2 Jun show that he had in Kyushu of 2024, then in Hatsu with we already knew Terunofuji was retired at this point. We would be without a Yokozuna if Hoshoryu did not win the rest of his matches at this point and win the Yusho. So I think for the importance of the comeback, getting that Yokozuna promotion for Hoshoryu and just the impressiveness of being that far down with only 6 days left to come back and win that. It has a lot to do with your opponents losing a lot and getting lucky. But hey, he still did everything he needed to do to win the Yusho that was in his control at that point.
It was very impressive. I think it just, to me, the whole Takayasu, I didn't realize this is his first year of not having any injuries or any pullouts during a tournament.
Same.
And I think it's kind of, yeah, everyone's been kind of writing this guy off a lot, like he's like done for when he's going to retire. But the first time when he's actually healthy for a long period of time, he's showing up some great results. He's getting lots of junior shows. He's in a lot of maybe not a lot, but he's definitely got a junior show, like a playoff there.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like straight up one of the greatest of all time to not win a tournament. Like he's probably top 5 in that category for sure.
Yeah, but
I would say that's correct.
But when he's healthy, he's like proving that I'm here for the important moments. I'm here for the weird Kimarite. I'm here to get weird stuff be done by Ura. It's he's I think in my head of where he was just kind of already done and when is he gonna retire. I think coming back and to become such an impactful player was the big thing in my head.
Totally.
So very well done by Takayasu.
All right. So now we're going to move on to the in memoriam segment of the award show. Every award show has them going over the people that we have lost in this year of sumo. The way we're going to do it, we're just going to talk about the former Maegashira that have retired this year. So starting off top of the list, Teru no Fuji calling it quits after day 5 of the Hatsu Basho. So losing a giant in Teru no Fuji. Onosho also retiring. A bit of a surprising one as he was under 30 years old. So Onosho retiring. Kyoku Taisei, he had been down in the Makushita land for quite a while, but he finally hung up the Mawashi this year. Hokuto Fuji another one of those guys that was kind of getting into the top division right when we were starting to watch sumo. So seeing him alongside of Takakeisho and Onosho, all of those guys retire just in quick succession, kind of interesting for us, having seen those guys most of their top division careers. Takeda Fuji finally hanging it up at either 37 or 38 years old. Finally couldn't hang in the salaried ranks when he dropped down to Makushita, or was inevitable to drop down to Makushita. Takeda Fuji finally hung it up. Mitoryu, didn't see him very much in the top division, but he was a stalwart in Juryo from about 6 months after the time he debuted. But he, due to health reasons, he also retired. And Endo, a fan favorite, just as big of a giant as Teruno Fuji in that way, in that they are a fan favorite. Endo retiring after some chronic knee issues requiring surgery kept him out of a lot of the recent tournaments, and he was dropping down to Makushita as well. So that is our list of retirees that had reached the top division from 2025. Now, we do have some other things that we are going to say goodbye to in 2026 that will not continue past 2025. The if he's healthy, he's the favorite conversation that we had every single Basho about Teruno Fuji.
Ooh.
That's gone now. We don't have to worry about that. Sadly, Koto Sakura's hopes for Yokozuna, those seem like they might be no more at this point. We'll see how he recovers in 2026, but 2025 was not a good year for that. Say goodbye to Haku Oho and Kusano, and say hello to Haku no Fuji and Yoshi no Fuji. Fleric and Mac, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Haku Oho on the newest release of the Bansuke changed his Shikona to Haku no Fuji to show that he is a member of the Isegahama Beya fully now, as he was previously part of the Miyagi no stable that was absorbed by Isegahama.
Yeah, there's there's lower division guys. I think there were like, what, 6 or 7 that all changed to Fuji this upcoming Basho. Lots of them.
Say goodbye to Daisho's streak of being in the Joy since March of 2019.
Holy cow.
That calf injury that he suffered that kept him out of the entirety of the Nagoya Basho snapped that streak of 6 years of being in the top 16 of Grand Sumo. The JSA's accountant's sanity, now that we have 2 Yokozuna to give up Kinboshi every single Basho. They were riding high for a while with our part-timer Yokozuna and only having 1 Yokozuna at a time that was gone half the time. They didn't have to worry about handing out those career-long bonuses. But now we got Hoshoryu and Onosato, and man, sometimes they just love giving up Kinboshi. So they're going to be having a tough time moving forward. Any and all records that have to do with the oldest Rikishi to do X in the top division, say goodbye to all of them. They're all Tamawashis now. Nobody else gets any.
Look at me. I'm the oldest now.
Yep.
And any thoughts that we might have had after July that Koto Shoho has turned the corner for good? Those quickly were swept aside when we saw his performance in the next couple of Basho. Teddy, I am not letting you near me. You're going to knock over my microphone and ruin everything.
The true star of the show, Teddy, trying to take his rightful place. And
he's being a bit of a diva right now. He's trying to be pushy. We might have to escort him out of the premises here soon. We'll see how he goes.
Yeah, do we need to call security on this guy? He's ruining the award show.
Yeah, it's getting close. We'll see.
He's going to walk up on stage and slap Chris Rock or something.
Oh, no.
Teddy, no. Stop making a scene.
All right. Mac, why don't you take it away with our next category?
Indeed, I will. This is the punishment of the year, also known as the Golden Tsukebito. Oh, this was not lost on me.
I had these assigned from January of this year, who was going to present each award. Just so happens that Mac had to do so many of them.
And many I did, and I did my best on these. So we shall see which ones you like the best. All right, first nominee, Kyushu, where I did a rendition of Baby Got Back and did it as Belly Be Round. Then there was Hatsu, where Jake threw out some amazing personalities that I had to impersonate, some karaoke impressions.
Yeah.
I still can't get my Goofy quite right, thanks to you.
I made you do karaoke, but spoken word, and I made you do impressions of different celebrities as you read lyrics to songs you were not allowed to sing.
Yes, I know.
I'm still proud of how much that was perfectly tailored for you.
Indeed it was. And then for Haru, so these are a little out of order, but it was the order they were done in. The other one that I had to do was Ryan wanted to know a sumo mystery, the mystery of Kotozakura's loss and Hoshoryu's rise, which became the Fat Man. And then there was Fleric for Natsu, who I subjected to some wonderful quiz questions of sumo pop culture reference.
Ooh.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. And then there was Nagoya, where Fleric and I had to tag team some sumo erotica written by our significant others.
That's an excellent idea, having somebody else write it for them.
And we had to read it live. Sumo After Dark. Join us next time. And our final nominee, an absolute banger, Basho number 5 by Ryan.
Hey, it's always a shame to be nominated for this one. But I still hope, if I am nominated, I hope I can take home the award.
Yeah, man, I just feel really left out of this one. I just didn't get punished at all this year, so I don't know. It's like,
absolutely insane that Jake is not nominated. He's really turned it around in the champ chump predictions, and honestly, it kind of sucks.
Yeah. My mediocrity knows no bounds because I'm pretty sure I only won once.
But the winner with 50% of the vote is Basho number 5.
I did it! I won!
It was a banger, dude.
It was pretty good.
Every time somebody says it's a banger, I'm like, yeah, somebody wrote it 25 years ago. It was great.
It's been a banger for a quarter century.
Yeah. I have nothing to do with that song being a banger, but I appreciate it, and I will take all the accolades now.
Anyways, our next award. No, I'm kidding.
No.
It looks like only 50% for Basho number 5. I know I myself voted for the Fat Man. The amount of time and effort and work that Mac put into those 3 8 to 10 minute long segments with full background music and sound effects and different voices, incredible presentation put together by Mac there, and something that he absolutely needs to be praised for more, because that's incredible effort to do for a stupid bit that we have on the show.
See that?
Thanks.
See that complimenting. He's fishing to get some of his own here, Mac. Just letting you know he's leading you into his trap.
Well, that's okay. He got my vote for Basho number 5, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And Ryan, your insight to rhyme replace Mambo with Basho was just so
Sublime.
brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I am going to escort Teddy out of the premise.
Security's been called.
And then Mac, can you confirm for me? I believe I voted for Sumo Erotica.
You did, yes. You voted for Sumo
vote.
Erotica.
Which is just a GSB institution. It's done once a year, and I'm glad that we put a good spin on it this year, and I thought that one was my favorite. But yeah, there were no losers here. That's for sure.
Except for me. I lost 4 times.
Let me rephrase. Mac losing was also a GSB institution.
Like I said, I'm number 4 on this podcast. I got my ass groove in the right place on the screen. I don't need to go anywhere. I'm comfy, man.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, if I move up in the ranks, I'm going to freak out.
All right, and because I won for Basho number 5, there is only one reason that I was allowed to do Basho number 5, and that was because I negotiated with Fleric to change my songs, because Fleric initially had me doing the Numa song.
Oh my God, that's right.
And so I had to negotiate to get to Basho number 5, to get the Mamba number 5 parody. And I am here to pay off my debts because Fleric requested that I do the Numa dance. And so let me share with you. Everybody seeing a screen?
Not yet.
Nope.
All right, hold on. Share screens. That one. Yes. Share.
Hooray!
Okay.
All right. I don't want to press the play button, but
Do it.
here I go.
Pay your debts, Smithman.
Alo, salut, sunt eu, un haiduc și te rog, iubirea mea, primește fericirea. Alo, alo, sunt eu, Picasso, ți-am dat bip și sunt voinic, dar să știi, nu-ți cer nimic. Vrei să pleci, dar numai ei, numai ei, numai ei, chipul tău și dragostea din tei, mi-amintesc de ochii tăi, ei. Vrei să pleci, dar numai ei, numai ei, numai ei, chipul tău și dragostea din tei, mi-amintesc de ochii tăi, ei. Te sun să-ți spun ce simt acum.
I was jamming.
The video just cuts off where it does. I did the whole thing that I found on YouTube.
That's fine. That was
Worth it.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
that was everything I wanted it to be. That was fantastic.
That's
Yokozuna Ryan.
that's literally the worst punishment I've ever had.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I as much as that meme gets made fun of, that song kind of rules.
It's a banger.
I was like, I'm bopping to it.
When I was done with it, I called my wife and was like, "You want to see this?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then she brought my daughter in. Riley loved it. She wanted me to see it again. She like the second time through, she was starting to sing along with it and do the same moves. She absolutely loved it. So hey, it's still a hit with the kids.
Nice.
Transcends generations. I love it.
Yeah, that's right. Oh God, that's a burden off my back. Let's move
All
on.
right. Well,
Swiftly and quickly, please. I finally get to present a category. Basho of the year. I deserve it after that.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
It's the Golden Kokugikan. We do have one honorable mention this year going to the London Tournament Exhibition. Just a really cool event that happened this year, a 5-day exhibition tournament with Hoshoryu winning the whole thing, going 5-0. But now to the actual nominees. We have the 6 things you would expect. We have the
which six got
Hatsubato.
nominated?
The one we talked about for comeback of the year, Hoshoryu winning that Yusho, defeating Keen Bozan and Oho in a playoff there. Hoshoryu coming back to win that and being promoted to Yokozuna after it. This was when Koto Zakura went Kadoban, and the Basho where Teruno Fuji went Intai. Then after that, we have the Haru Basho. This was an Ono Sato Yusho where he defeated Takayasu in the playoff. Ono Sato is able to avenge his regulation loss to Takayasu and takes that Yusho after Takayasu held the sole lead following day 13. Then in Natsu, we have another Ono Sato Yusho. Hoshoryu and Wakataka Kage taking the Jun Yusho in this one. Ono Sato wraps up the Basho on day 13 with a 13-0 record, but loses on day 15 to be denied the Zensho Yusho by Hoshoryu. This Basho, the Sanyaku, absolutely dominated with 4 Rikishi getting 11+ wins, and no Rikishi ranked Maegashira 1 through Maegashira 5 ending up with a winning record. And of course, this secured the promotion to Yokozuna for Ono Sato. Then we have the Nagoya Basho with Koto Shoho winning the Yusho. We had a 5-person split of the Jun Yusho with Ono Sato, Aonishiki, Tamawashi, Atami Fuji, and Kusano at the time, all winning the Jun Yusho. Koto Shoho would win his final 10 matches after starting 3-2, looking dominant in wins over the Sanyaku and showing that he was clearly the best Rikishi that Basho, also picking up the lowest ranked Maegashira to ever earn a Kinboshi in a Basho.
Oh, yeah.
In that Basho also, all Sanyaku Rikishi were eliminated from Yusho contention after day 13. The final 4 contenders were Aonishiki, Atami Fuji, Kusano, and Koto Shoho. Then in Aki, our third Ono Sato Yusho, he beat Hoshoryu in a playoff. This was the first Yokozuna versus Yokozuna match since March of 2020, where Hoshoryu defeated Ono Sato to force a playoff, but Ono Sato was able to recover and win in a playoff match. And then the Kyushu Basho with Aonishiki winning the Yusho, defeating Hoshoryu in a playoff. Ono Sato, Hoshoryu, Aonishiki were all tied for the lead going into day 15, but Ono Sato has to pull out with a dislocated shoulder, giving Hoshoryu a freebie, and Aonishiki is able to defeat Koto Sakura to force a playoff and continue his dominance over Hoshoryu in the playoff to take his first Yusho and secure promotion to Ozeki. So, the winner of the Basho of the Year, the Golden Kokugikan, is the Aki Basho, getting 75% of the vote from our panel. The other 25% going to the Kyushu Basho, which was won by Aonishiki. 2 great contenders for Basho of the Year. I feel like those 2 and Hatsu were my top 3 for this year.
Yeah, I was liking Natsu as well. Just because Ono Sato secures the promotion, almost got the Zensho. But yeah, I agree. I think I agree that Aki and Kyushu were the standouts.
Yeah. Who voted for Kyushu out of curiosity?
What? No,
I voted for Kyushu. That was me.
Yeah.
Just for the way that it turned out and the performances from everybody, and just with how it was won. I'm like, this was phenomenal.
Absolutely. For me, it didn't really matter what else happened in the Basho, but just having 2 for Aki, the Basho coming down to the 2 Yokozuna, with it coming down to the final match, and that match resulting in a playoff. Absolutely fantastic. And it's what we'd been hoping for over 5 years.
Yeah.
Flair, why you got to be sharing stuff in the group me that embarrasses me?
what?
Flair snagged a couple.
Mid singing.
Flair snagged a couple screenshots from Ryan's performance there. Every single moment of that video that we paused it while we were having some technical difficulties, every single pause was just an incredible face from Ryan. It was awesome.
So, little other information that you guys have to look forward to. When I did my that was like my 6th or 7th time trying that recording today, because I did it earlier today before we recorded this. During one of the first ones, my wife stealthily opened the door to the office and was recording me doing that, and I'm listening to it on my headphones. So it's just me doing that in silence, but you can also hear me kind of like whisper singing along with it.
Are there like is there like heavy breathing and like mouth sounds to it as well?
Yes.
I need this video more than I've ever needed anything.
And that will never be released to anybody.
I'm texting her right now.
I was about to say, that's going in the group. You know that's going
I cannot stop her from sending it to you guys. I can and will stop. That will never see the light of day on this podcast. Absolutely
Just wait till
not.
you lose.
And I quit. I quit the podcast if that ever gets released. Let it be known.
If Ryan has a 2026 like Mac had a 2025, yeah, where he lost 4 of them, yeah, maybe then we got to break it out.
Yeah.
I think 3 or 4 of them were in a row. I lost 4 in a row.
But do know, I do now officially have a kill switch for me leaving this podcast, and it is that video seeing the light of day.
We have all the power now, boys.
All right, and I will hand off the award handling process to myself, as I also have the match.
I was about to say, you're next on the list.
The Golden Kesha.
There it is.
So we have, let me make sure that I have, because this is the one that Jake gave me, so I need to find. There it is. Okay. Our nominees. We have the Hatsu match of the Basho. This is Hoshoryu versus Oho in their Day 15 playoff match, obviously ending up with Hoshoryu winning the match that was the clinching match for him to win the Yusho. In Haru, our match of the Basho was Tobizaru versus Takayasu. This is one of the matches that resulted in a Kimarite of the Year nomination, as Tobizaru was able to defeat Takayasu with his feet with the Kekkeishi. And then in the Natsu match of the Basho, another Kimarite of the Year nominee. This time it was Ura versus Takayasu as Ura pulls off the Tsutaizori. In Nagoya, we get away from the Takayasu beating, and we have
just for a moment, though.
Just for a moment, we get Wakataka Kage versus Keen Bozan. Not a lot of stakes to that matchup, but just a fun, exciting match that goes back and forth. In Aki, our match of the Basho was Hoshoryu versus Aonishiki on day 12. We all know Hoshoryu can't beat Aonishiki, so we know Aonishiki was able to take down Hoshoryu, but with like a nifty spinning leg trip from Aonishiki here. Great match between those two. And our final match of the Basho nominee from Kyushu, he's back. Hoshoryu versus Takayasu. This is the match that got a little heated in the middle of it, resulting in some pretty hard slaps between the two, and also a dameyoshi by Hoshoryu as he was finally able to push Takayasu out of the ring. And our winner with 25% of the vote is Takayasu versus Ura from Natsu, Wakataka Kage versus King Bozan from Nagoya, Hoshoryu versus Aonishiki from Aki, and Hoshoryu versus Takayasu from the Kyushu Basho. I believe this is the second straight year this has happened for.
Yep.
Match of the Basho. None of us can decide.
Nope. There were some really good matches this year for sure, but like
All right, what were the 4 matches again?
Well, I voted for Takayasu and Ura.
All right.
I did Wakataka Kage versus King Bozan.
And I was Hoshoryu versus Aonishiki.
Okay, I am going to use my veto. Once again on Takayasu versus Ura. Let's get another veto on Takayasu going up in here.
Unbelievable.
All right.
Let's take him out of that 4-way tie. Let's make it a 3-way tie.
Wow.
We got
All right.
For some reason, just the hate boner we have for Takayasu this episode.
Well,
I'm all for it.
My veto was a love, but no, not going to say that one.
No,
My veto was in favor of Takayasu by taking away what would have been a victory in the disappointment of the year.
So
This is a really weird episode for Takayasu, and especially Takayasu fans.
in a year that he did end up in a playoff for a Yusho, but other than that, he didn't really do anything else the rest of the year.
Except be in all of the cool stuff.
Yeah, apparently.
As the loser.
So Flair,
He won a couple of these matches.
Yeah, Jake's vote. It is a sweeter veto between all the options.
I've been a bit of a jerk this episode. I deserve it.
So I believe Mac is the only one with a veto left. Is that correct?
I am, yes.
All right.
All right. How many more times Takayasu come up?
Not 0.
Yeah, probably.
We'll see if I do it for the memes or if there's one I'm actually passionate about.
It might actually be 0. We'll see.
We will take a quick break from the awards as it is time for us to say goodbye to Jake and Fleric as our co-openers and co-closers of the show. This was the final obligation that you had in the year of 2025, unless we get another episode squeaked out in 2025, but I highly doubt it.
We got like 27 hours here.
That's a fair
no
point.
way.
Absolutely not. Never mind.
Pretty tight.
No way.
Absolutely wrong on that. I apologize. So it's time to reveal who will be opening and closing every episode of
Looks
this
real proud
show.
of himself.
There's a
Going
reason he
to
got a haircut
2026.
and he's wearing everything. There's a reason.
Because I had it for like 2 months. I looked like a caveman. It was awful.
It was rough. You should
Embarrassing.
watch the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like he looks like he just wandered off of the street to podcast or something.
So, in last place for our 2025 year-long predictions, quick recap. At the beginning of the year, we always predict how many Yokozuna are we going to have at the end of the year? Who will they be? How many Ozeki? Who will they be? Who's going to win each of the Yusho? Who's going to have the most wins? Who will retire? Who will make their debut? All of those things. And then also, prediction series wins do count as additional points in this. So, with 4 total points in last place, who will be introducing themselves at the end of every, and the last in every episode is Fleric.
What?
Top to bottom, rough.
All Fleric got right. Hold on. No,
It's quicker
Never
to
mind.
just list what he got right.
hold on. It's even less. He has 3 points. I misclicked something.
Oh.
25% of his points were typos.
Oh no.
The only things Fleric got correct in his
Oh my
predictions were that Onosato would win at least 2 Yusho.
Oh, and
Everything
Count it.
else was wrong. And then he won 1 prediction series for an extra point.
There we go.
I'm so sorry,
Give me-
Dai Yokozuna Flick.
Oh no, I'm sorry,
me-
man.
Gave me maybe my most wrong of those ones.
Who will finish 2024 with 2025 with the most wins? Koto Sakura.
That's pretty wrong.
And
Ouch.
Koto Sakura as Yokozuna at the end of the year.
Oh my
You had
goodness.
Takeru Fuji. I mean, you weren't alone in this. Takeru Fuji making his Sanyaku debut. You had Shiden making his top division debut.
Yeah.
And Tamawashi retiring.
All right, I'm already down here in last place. You don't need to kick me anymore.
Sorry. I apologize.
asked for
I
one.
You
apologize.
asked for like a brief shoeing, not like fully kicking like that. That was pretty brutal.
I apologize. Tied for second place with 9 points
9.
compared to Fleric's 3.
Woof.
Wow.
We have Jake
Ah, dang.
and Ryan.
What?
Meaning with 10 points, we will be blessed with the dulcet tones of Mac introducing and closing every single episode.
We just switched them?
Wow.
All of that just to switch them?
Mac was on point. He was the only person to predict 2 Yokozuna at the end of the year. He also predicted Onosato would be one of those Yokozuna, predicted 2 Yusho wins for Onosato, predicted Onosato having the most wins at the end of the year. He was within, I believe, our range of error for most wins at the end of the year was like 2 on either side of the number. He predicted 70 wins for the Rikishi with the most wins. It was 71 for Ono Sato.
Jeez.
He predicted Kaio would make it up to the top division. He predicted Takada Fuji would be retired at the end of the year, and he won 2 prediction series to give him 10 total points.
He predicted
cool.
Kaio, the bowling ball.
Kaio was like
ball.
Jurio
He was-
1 or 2 at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I remember I picked that one too, and I remember us talking about how it felt like a bit of a gimme.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was the only one who picked out Ishiki. I was shocked. I mean, like, that was the most obvious gimme of them all. So, Jake, there's a little bit of quandary. Who goes second?
Yeah.
Who goes third?
Got to
Because
figure
our
out some
typical
tiebreaker stuff.
our tiebreaker is who has the most prediction series wins. We both had 2. And we each tied one, but we tied it with each other.
Oh, come on.
So I have a proposal, Jake. I think this is fair. Give me the opening and closing for the Bonsuke episodes, and then you can be second for every other episode.
No.
Ooh.
Well, then now we just gotta fight for everything. Come on.
Well, one, that's more entertaining. And 2,
I just
you wanna
did
be-
Numa. Give me something.
you want to lord over me for all the episodes where it's only the 2 of us? Absolutely unacceptable.
But those are my episodes. It's for me. That's Ryan with Jake there. He's there so that Ryan doesn't have to talk for 45 minutes straight.
You're not helping your case there.
I mean, you're great, I guess.
All right, come on, keep it coming. No, let's figure something out. But it's all the episodes where it's just the 2 of us. I'm not going last. I'm not Flaric. Come on.
I thought that was fair. I thought that was gonna be acceptable.
Sorry, Dai Yokozuna Flaric for the next 27 hours.
It's true. Died Yokozuna Jake.
So that means for the first time in Grand Sumo Breakdown history, the Dai Yokozuna of 2025 is Mac.
I can't believe it.
Now I'm even more frustrated and mad at Jake than I was before.
I switched everybody on the screen, so if the names don't line up anymore, bummer. We're almost to the end. You'll be fine.
Yep, we've got 3 more categories. And Flaric, why don't you take us off with the next one?
All right. The next category is me, apparently. All right. Next, we are announcing the moment of the year, aka the Golden Spotlight. I guess spotlights were topical this year. Interesting.
That one's just always the golden spotlight. Shut up.
The Golden Salt Throw. The Golden Dohyo Erie. I don't know. Anyways, we got nominees for this. Nominee number 1 is Hoshoryu. He wins 3 matches in 1 day to secure the Hatsu Yusho in Yokozuna promotion. Our next nominee is Ono Sato, defeats Kota Zakura and secures his 2nd consecutive Yusho in Yokozuna promotion. Hoshoryu denies Ono Sato a perfect record on day 15 of the Natsu Basho. Koto Shoho shocks the world to win the Yusho in Nagoya, beating Aonishiki on day 15. The first Yokozuna versus Yokozuna match in 5 years, day 15, Akibasho to decide the Yusho. And we have Aonishiki defeats Yokozuna Hoshoryu in a playoff to win the Kyusho Basho. And the winner of this category with
Yeah.
75% of the vote, we have the first Yokozuna versus Yokozuna match of Hoshoryu versus Ono Sato and Aki, day 15, is the winner.
Yeah, I voted for that one. I feel like that moment can't take that one away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Same
Mac.
with me.
What? I'm sorry. Refer to me my official title.
Not yet. It's 2025 still.
Yeah. With onboard mention with 25% of the vote, we have Aonishiki defeats Yokozuna Hoshoryu to win the Kyusho Basho.
Who was that
securing the Ozeki promotion.
It was not I. I vote Yokozuna versus Yokozuna. Had to be.
Yeah. I
Ryan,
love
was that one you?
too.
No, I voted for Yokozuna versus Yokozuna.
Oh,
So Flaric voted for Aonishiki.
It's possible. Both are pretty high up there.
You did it like 3 hours ago.
This attitude is why you are in the bottom right corner of the screen right now.
I'm in. Oh no! Oh no! This is gonna be a long year. A long year. Nah, it's a. I think. Thinking back to it, it was definitely close between the two, but it might be kind of the whole. It's pretty awesome to have like Yokozuna versus Yokozuna. That's pretty good, but the whole Aranishiki, kind of the whole storyline culminating at the end of the year to his like winning the Basho and securing his promotion. I think the whole storyline of all was the thing that kind of commits me for that.
Yeah, there's a lot of these where I feel like it was really close between something Awanishiki did or like something that Yokozuna did.
Yeah.
And so like I can't fault anybody for voting for Awanishiki in any category because
it was just so good.
Yeah, we're gonna get to it for the next couple of awards with Storyline of the Year and Rikishi of the Year. It's hard to. This is probably the hardest year for that because we did have 3 very standout Rikishi this year, and so it's really hard to split hairs. But for me, it's got to be the Yokozuna versus Yokozuna matchup. And not only was it, hey, we get Yokozuna versus Yokozuna, the Basho was on the line, and it immediately resulted in a playoff between those two.
We got it again 5 minutes later. Yes,
which was the first time we had a Yokozuna versus Yokozuna playoff in 16 years.
Yeah,
so yeah,
crazy cool.
Yeah. It's everything that we've been wanting since we started watching Sumo. Pretty much is just to have new guys take over and cement themselves at the top. It's taken about 8 years of the podcast for that to really happen, but it really feels like that has finally happened.
Totally.
All right, Mac, what is our next category?
Our next category is the Storyline of the Year, the Golden Headline. And the nominees are, does Hoshoryu deserve to be Yokozuna? He went 13-2 with a Jun Yusho, followed by a 12-3 Yusho, which definitely sparked some conversation on whether or not he was worthy of the rank. So much so that it made it into the mystery of the Fat Man. So this has definitely been debated this entire year. I don't think there's any doubt now that he's deserving of the rope, but at the time, it did spark a lot of conversation back and forth.
I think there's probably still some haters out there, but I don't think anybody's really listening to them as much as they were like 6 to 9 months ago.
Yeah. After he comes back from that injury that kept him out of a couple of tournaments to go 13-2, 12-3, end up in playoffs for the Yusho in both of those. Since November of last year, if he's competed a tournament, it's been minimum of 12 or 13 wins. So not even Ono Sato can boast that.
Speaking of Ono Sato, he's the next nominee. He had the fastest rise to Yokozuna in the modern era. Definitely a lot of talk generating around him with his performances. Our next nominee is Hakuho's retirement from the JSA. We mentioned it earlier in the episode and definitely was a cause for a stir. Our next nominee is Aonishiki's arrival and ascent to Ozeki. We've followed that since the beginning, where I thought, oh, hey, we got another Ukrainian here. Now, holy crap, the man's Ozeki and looks amazing.
Yep.
And our final nominee is Kotozakura's surprisingly lackluster year. We've gone back and forth. Was it injury? Was it this? Was it that? And for a guy that we thought poised to take the rope, it just didn't materialize. And to the point where he's been Kadoban back and forth. A lot of memories of Goedo, but I hope he doesn't follow that trend.
Yeah, he was just as close to the rope as Hoshoryu was this time last year.
Even closer, because he had the full Yusho, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Ugh.
And the winner is another tie. With 50% of the vote, we have Aonishiki's arrival and ascent to Ozeki in 5 Basho. And the other half of the vote is Ono Sato.
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember which of these two I voted for, but it was these two.
Yeah. It was definitely down between these two. Mac, use your veto.
Hey.
I shall, actually. I shall use my veto because I do have an opinion on this one. Well, I know who I voted for, but I'm changing my vote.
Join me.
Ono Sato is 75%.
No, Mac, what are you doing? Come on!
Using my new power. No, that was the power you gave me at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
Rather explicitly.
Yes,
Free to
rather
change.
explicitly.
Free to change votes after discussions to be had.
No, just with his meteoric rise, he's got 3 Yusho behind his belt. Aonishiki is awesome. I look forward to many good things, many more discussions with him. But Ono Sato just blew it out of the water this year.
Yeah, I think Aonishiki is the exact same story, just a different timeline. You know, like it's the storyline wise, he is just slightly delayed after Ono Sato, but like both of them, the story is that they came out of nowhere, not nowhere, but like they came up way faster than anyone could have expected. And yeah, like Aonishiki getting to Ozeki is the same storyline as Ono Sato getting to Yokozuna, if you know what I mean. Like it's fastest ever for X or for Y, you know, and Aonishiki very well could get to Yokozuna in another year, and that would be just as fast a trajectory as Ono Sato and all that. But like, yeah, I think Ono Sato for this year, he won half of the Yusho and he got the promotion. He's the guy now. And I think this will be remembered as the year Ono Sato became the guy and the year that Aonishiki started to look like he could be one of the guys.
So the reason I didn't vote for Ono Sato for the storyline of the year is we kind of knew this was what Ono Sato was destined for after last year when he arrived on the scene. He won 2 Yusho last year. He was the fastest promotion to Ozeki ever for a Tsukedashi. After last year, he was well primed and in position, looking like he was going to be the dominant force. This year, confirmed it, got the promotion to Yokozuna, but it's kind of what we were all expecting from Ono Sato from before he even debuted in Pro Sumo. People were touting him as the next Yokozuna when he was still an amateur. For me, the reason I vote for Aonishiki as the storyline of the year is, yeah, he rocketed up through the lower divisions at an incredibly fast clip, but who could have predicted that his bottom, his floor was 11 wins in the top division? Like, okay, fine. He did that when he debuted at like Maegashira 13, 14. All right, fine. He did it again at Maegashira 9. Okay, he did it at Maegashira 1.
Wait, what's happening? Oh, no.
Okay,
oh, no.
he did it at Sekiwake. Oh, he did it again. And now it's 12 and 3. He won a Yusho, and now he's Ozeki. Like, for me, the reason he's the storyline of the year is because this was a shock. This was surprising to have it, and to have it come off of the heels of Ono Sato doing the same thing last year, essentially, but coming from now, he's setting his own records because you compare Ono Sato to everybody who had a Tsukedashi. Now Aonishiki's done it for everybody that came from the lower levels. So that's why for me, I voted for Aonishiki. More of this wasn't expected. This is incredible to watch and see happen, and so that's why it's my storyline of the year.
Sure. My counter to that would be my favorite story of all time is The Lord of the Rings. You know what they say at the beginning? We got to put that ring in that mountain. You know what they do at the end? They put that ring in that mountain.
That's like 3/4 of the way through the last book. They still got to go back to the Shire and put that fire out.
Trust me, I literally got to the point where they put that ring in that mountain, and there's hundreds of pages still to go. But this is the first time I've reread it as an adult. I can talk about it at length. I won't. But I guess my point here is that like I don't think it needs to be a surprise to be a good story.
I agree.
The journey there is for Ono Sato. It's more of a complete story, I think, as well. You know, Aonishiki has not hit his ceiling. Ono Sato he's no longer competing against anybody except for Hoshoryu right now. He is competing against history mostly. You know, that story feels more complete, more narratively satisfying to me in 2025. But we'll see where it goes. Like you know, Aonishiki could become the third Yokozuna, and then they have 10 years of rivalry from there, and that could be another thing. But like, I'm just saying, for me, 2025 was Ono Sato's year, and that storyline is the most satisfying for me.
The counterpoint I would say to you, Ryan, my favorite movie is Taken, and at the very beginning of Taken, I think Liam Neeson said, "I don't know who you are, but I don't know what you want, but I have a very particular set of skills. If you let my daughter go now, that will be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you, and I will kill you. And at the end of that, he does all those things.
He does do that, doesn't he?
He does do that.
So yeah, it's
Funny you mentioned that's your favorite. I
So-
have never heard you speak of that movie ever in our entire 20-year relationship.
it's I'm very fickle. It's the movie of the moment.
So, anyways, I was watching Taken earlier today.
Yeah, which everyone knows is my favorite.
Clearly.
Everyone I've talked to this afternoon.
My thoughts of this all kind of pretty much line up with you, Jake. It's like the fact I think there was still some more uncertainty at the beginning of this year. I don't think it was completely written. We hoped that this would happen, and this year we actually saw it happen like live. And just the fact that he is like demonstrated as just such a dominant Yokozuna, not just able to consistently put on performance and get better. We've been kind of seeing him get better this year too, which has been fantastic.
Totally.
More rivals popping up is great, but like I think next year might be Aonishiki's kind of time to be at the top and challenge. But I feel like this year was all just Ono Sato just kind of ruling everything.
All right, so we have Ono Sato taking it as Mac cowardly switched his vote, avoiding the tie to give Ono Sato the win here. Will Ono Sato also take our next category, the Rikishi of the year, our Golden Silver Emperor's Cup? Typically, our
one snuck up on me.
nominees for this award are all of our Yusho winners, but one of our Yusho winners this year was Koto Shoho, and honestly, we can't include him in this
That's not
group
fair.
of nominees. That's just
Let's not
Wouldn't
embarrass
feel
him by
right.
putting
No.
him on stage with the other three.
yeah, it wouldn't be right. So our three nominees for Rikishi of the year, we have Hoshoryu winning 1 Yusho, 2 June. Is it 2 June Yusho or 3 June Yusho
thought
at
it was
this
3.
point? Yeah, 3 June Yusho for Hoshoryu. And a promotion to Yokozuna. Ono Sato flipped those numbers around. He had 3 Yusho and 1 Jun Yusho, and also a promotion to Yokozuna. And we have Aonishiki, 1 Yusho, 1 Jun Yusho, 6 special prizes, 1 Kinboshi, and 1 promotion to Ozeki.
He's the only one of those guys with a Kinboshi, so
That's true, and the only one with the special prize. So really, it should be a landslide for one of these guys. And the winner of the most prestigious prize that the Grand Sumo Breakdown Award Show hands out, with 75% of the vote,
which
is
of you?
Ono Sato, winning
Which of you?
Rikishi of the year. Hey, it wasn't me this time. I recognize. So for me, I recognize Ono Sato. He's the Rikishi of the year. I just feel like the storyline with Aonishiki was more compelling than the storyline for Ono Sato.
I can get behind that. And like, I don't know. To me, Ono Sato was the clear favorite here, but like all three of these guys had an incredible year.
It was probably the hardest year for us to vote on this award. I feel like most of the time it's fairly clear cut, and you know who it's going to be. This time, honestly, could have gone to any one of these three.
Yeah. The fact that Hoshori had so much so many injuries and just kind of everyone kind of not believing him at the beginning, the fact that he kind of come out and to be such a dominant force in pretty much every single Yusho that he goes into, I think is very, very impressive. So I will back that up with lots of very good performances from this Rikishi.
Yeah. I would push back a little because I remember there was one year where we even gave it to Takayasu with 0 Yushos, just because he was the most
We
consistent.
nominated him. I don't think we gave him.
I thought he won it, didn't he?
No way.
better not have.
We'll have to go back. We'll have to look at the tapes.
Mac,
Well, I'm
use your
going back.
veto
I'm
if
checking.
we did.
Okay, well, Ryan's going to go back right now anyways, I guess. But I was just saying, like, yeah, there have been a handful of years that are cut and dry, but a couple of years have been close. But yeah, to me, yeah, it's got to be Ono Sato. I totally understand Ryan's point of view that Aonishiki may have the momentum, the story, the narrative to it. I think that one's a little bit more debatable on which one's greater. But yeah, for overall results, overall Rikishi of the year, I gotta say Ono Sato by a margin here.
Yeah, going into Hatsu, Aonishiki is not going to be the favorite. It's probably going to be Ono Sato and or Hoshoryu, one of the two, despite his Yusho win.
Yeah, in the week between now and when we record our preview show, I don't think our opinions are going to change on that a whole lot, but these are the three names that are top of everybody's list. They got to be.
So, in 2022, our nominees for Rikishi of the Year were Mitake Yumi for winning the Hatsu Yusho, getting special prize, and then he was promoted to Ozeki. But then we know how short-lived that Ozeki run was for Mitake Yumi. We had Waka Takakage winning the Haru Yusho, the Aki Jun Yusho, 2 special prizes, and he had the most wins in the top division that year. We also had Teruno Fuji winning a Yusho and a Jun Yusho, but also out injured for most of that year. Ichinojo won the Nagoya Yusho. Tamawashi won the Aki Yusho. Abi won the Kyushu Yusho. And then we also had Takayasu as a nominee. He won the Haru, Aki, Kyushu, Jun Yushos. He made 2 playoff appearances, won 3 special prizes, and 1 Kinboshi. And we did vote Takayasu as the Rikishi of the Year in 2022 without a Yusho to his name. So, yeah, we did do that. Shame on us.
Yeah. Can we veto that?
Hold on. I'm gonna check the results.
Power.
I'm checking the results of the poll to see what the split was. I'm gonna see if we can retroactively. It was unanimous. We all did it. It was all of us.
We couldn't even veto it. Oh,
Even better, I bet we could have,
was-
but we decided not to.
It was
Maybe.
one of 2 unanimous votes we had that year.
Oh, spectacular.
oh.
God, I can't believe
really
I
did-
remembered something better than Ryan for once.
Oh my God, I know.
It's amazing how we just did not want to vote for Mitake Yumi at all.
Nope. Ever again.
Oh no, Gabby's posted the video.
Excellent. All right, let's wrap this up so we can all
Yes.
watch that.
All right. So we do want to check at the end of the award show in 2024. We said, what do we want to see in sumo in 2025? So Jake, what did you want to see in 2025 and did you get it?
I wanted to see more Amazuma World medals, and boy, did I. We won women's team and women's heavyweight. We got another medal in each of those categories, but those are the strongest categories for the United States sumo team the last couple of years. But we also added a men's openweight and a youth heavyweight medal to that, 2 categories that we had not won in ages. So yes, absolutely got exactly what I wanted there. Incremental progress. USA is doing even better than it had been the last couple of years on the world stage here. I wanted a new Yokozuna, got 2 of them, so that counts for 2 points, I think, for Dai Yokozuna of next year. And then I wanted at least 1 new Rikishi of the Year nominee, and I got that from a guy that I'm not sure I'd even heard of at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 2025 was good to what I was looking for a year ago.
All right, Mac, did you get what you wanted in 2025?
Well, I wanted to see 2 new Yokozuna, and hey, I got exactly 2 new Yokozuna, so starting off strong there. Shishi to become a Makuuchi mainstay. He had a little dip, but then he came back, so he's still there. He's still up on the Bansuke, up in the upper level, so I'll take it.
Mac asked for Shishi to be a Makuuchi mainstay. And in Hatsu, Shishi was in Juryo.
Yeah.
So he was already starting off on a bad foot, but hey, to his credit, he was there for the next 5 tournaments, has not made it above Maegashira 11, but it still counts.
So I got it. And then Atame Fuji to figure it out, and to get Ozeki was the last one on there. He's figured it out, but he's not Ozeki. So he's at least figured something out, that he's not going to be Ozeki. So that's okay. That's okay.
He's figured out that he won't be Ozeki.
Correct. He's figured it out. At least not yet. Got to work more.
I did not get what I wanted to see in this year of sumo. Mostly, I guess I didn't like. Who was it? Kota Sakura getting to Yokozuna or getting a bunch of wins famously with my predictions.
You know,
But no, that was
I rag on you. I was right there with you. I had Koto Sakura as Yokozuna too, and getting the
Everyone
most
was.
wins.
everyone. He just won a Yusho like 14-1.
No, it
It's
makes
amazing.
sense. How could we have known?
But no,
it was
it was
exactly then that he fell apart, though. Exactly when we all made those predictions.
But no, with my heart, I really wanted to see Kirishima return to Ozeki, and unfortunately, he's having glimmers of where he's getting close. He's looking good, but he hasn't been able to pull off the 3 Bashos in a row. So hopefully that can still happen. And you know what? Yeah, that was something I really wanted. It's very sad, but I did get a couple things. We got new Yokozuna, We definitely did. Because Hoshuri was not it was not guaranteed at that point. We did not know. And also for Ura to do something cool, which he always delivers. He did.
All right.
Yeah,
And
real quick, Flarek, your note, Ura, do something cool. Whoever put the notes on here said Tsutsezori Hatsu Day 4. So you had to wait 3 days of sumo before getting that.
Yeah. Hooray!
Almost instantly, that one was already checked off the list.
And Jake, who did he hit that Tsutsezori on?
The 2022 GSB Wrestler of the Year, Takayasu. That's who it happened to. Unanimous, by the way, is what I hear.
Yep, absolutely. And for me, what I wanted only Yokozuna or Ozeki Yusho, and we did not quite hit that. We started the year real good, and then Kodo Shoho happened in July. I'm going to count Aonishki's. He was promoted to Ozeki right afterwards.
I was going to say, you got that one.
That counts.
So 5 out of 6 ain't bad, but not all the way there.
Not 6 out of 6.
Yeah. So
It's better than what year was it that we had 3 in a row where it was Maegashira?
2022, the year that Takayasu infamously won Rikishi of the year.
Unanimously, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so now let's stop looking back at 2025. We've discussed everything there is to discuss. Oh, no! I had a really cool gimmick for Rikishi of the Year. I looked down at my pocket square, which is comprised of the nominees for Rikishi of the Year.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that was going to be such a good gimmick.
Where's your Kodo Shoho card?
He wasn't a nominee! Damn it.
Do you have him on your Yusho card thing behind you?
I updated that in a year and a half.
Oh, no. You were so excited to keep it current.
I know.
For the last 6 minutes.
I need to. I think Teruno Fuji's still on there. Maybe Takakeisho too. I don't know.
Not Takayasu, though.
Nope, not Takayasu. So we've already discussed everything that there was to discuss in 2025. The awards have been awarded. So now we take our first glance forward to 2026. Flarek, what do you most want to see in 2026?
I would love for our Nishiki to get a Yokozuna promotion while the other 2 Yokozuna are still current wrestlers and healthy. And I would love 3 Yokozuna every single Basho to just battle
That'd
it
be
out.
crazy.
Also, for Takayasu to lose playoffs. That would be just chef's kiss.
It's probably going to happen, though.
Yeah, probably.
In Haru, that's usually when it happens.
Odds are pretty good.
Yeah. Mac, what do you want to see in 2026?
Well, I also want 3 Yokozuna by the end of 2026, or at least at some point. I want there to be.
Look at how
3
greedy we've gotten.
Yokozuna. Oh,
We were hoping to have 1 Yokozuna by the end of 2025. Look at us asking for 3.
They
Like,
gave
I
a
want
mouse a
3.
cookie. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna say Shishi remains in Makuuchi.
Just gonna
That's
roll your last
also
one
being
forward.
greedy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll just say 2.
For me, I'm gonna keep it going. I want only Ozeki or Yokozuna Yusho throughout the year. I want these 3 guys at the top to assert their dominance. And hey, if Kodo Zakura can make a comeback and win a Yusho, wouldn't hurt my feelings in the slightest at all. But on top of that, we know I want Aonishiki to be Yokozuna, but I also we need somebody to replace Aonishiki, and it's kind of looking pretty bare for who those nominees are. So I want to see somebody surprise us and get promoted to Ozeki. You know what? I want to see 2 new promotions to Ozeki in 2026. One of them, I'm looking at Yoshi no Fuji. Seems like a strong, the best candidate that we might have. Not saying that it's going to happen in a year, but he seems like a good candidate. And you know what? maybe Kirishima will string together 3 Bashos.
Ooh, okay,
and get it done. I'm not saying those are the 2 that it needs to be. That's just would be my first.
But no,
prediction,
just your favorite. Just 2 new Ozeki.
This is what we want to see. This isn't like formally predicting anything.
Right.
But yeah, I would love to see 2 new promotions to Ozeki. One to fill the spot that Awanishiki will depart as he's promoted to Yokozuna, and then another one for funsies.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Jake?
I'm just gonna do one because it's a big one. I want to see the United States take a gold medal at the World Championships.
Ooh.
We've gotten the last 3 years or so here with growing success, little improvements every year. It's time for a gold. We're going to do it this year. I'm going to do everything I can to make it happen in my goings on with amateur sumo. You guys covered all the pro sumo stuff that we want to see. I don't have anything to add to those. I'm with you there 100%. But I want to see some gold come back home to the U.S. where we had, like in the 90s, we had a handful. And by a handful, I mean all of it was Emmanuel Yarborough, somebody you should look up if you are curious. But yeah, we have not had a gold medal at world level competition in quite some time.
All right. And with that will wrap up the illustrious Grand Sumo Breakdown Award Show. As you can see, the star of the show, Teddy, has returned. He had it out in the back room. He got everything out of his system. He was able to return back to the main stage for the closing ceremony of our show. Looking forward to 2026 for Grand Sumo Breakdowns. Probably going to look a lot like 2025 did. Keep everything going with our news updates between every Basho and everything else. Keep chugging forward. Big shout out to everybody that's on our Discord server, all of our patrons that join us there. Loving seeing the community grow there as we add more and more people. The discussion every day after the sumo bouts, taking it upon themselves to do some other contests. They had their own year-long bold prediction contest that they did earlier this year. So a lot of fun stuff happening in the Discord. So just want to give a big shout out to everybody joining us on the Grand Sumo Breakdown Discord, and especially a shout out to Chewy Ken. He does a lot of stat collecting for all the Guess the Bonsuke entrants that people in the server, everybody that submits an entry, he collects all the stats and shows how well we're doing. The GSB Heya for Guess the Bonsuke. He collects stats for the patron Champ Chump prediction series, and he has a list of like who's the best at predicting champs and who's the best at predicting chumps, who's the top scorers Basho after Basho, and he's also the one that put together, compiled, and handed out awards for the bold predictions for 2025. So a big shout out to Chewy Ken for doing a lot of that stuff. We didn't ask them to do any of that. They've taken that upon themselves. So greatly appreciate that. Greatly helps the community in the Discord server. So just a big shout out to Chewy Ken and once again, everybody else in the Discord server. And to all of our patrons, even if you don't join in the Discord server, and everybody listening and watching us for the past 8 years. It's absolutely ridiculous that I'm sitting here at 9:15 at night wearing a suit and tie talking about sumo and doing the Numa dance.
We were all thinking how ridiculous it is that you're sitting there in a suit.
But to your point, Ryan, like I love interacting with people whenever they send us an email. I love the awkward stats. I love the musings. I love the Henkas, the Mata track. Like, could this have happened? The numbers. I love reading all the interesting things. I love talking about sumo with people. This has truly been amazing. Far more than I think any of us ever thought it would become. And it no small part is thanks to all of our listeners and watchers out there and patrons. Thank you all so much. And looking forward to many more things.
Yep.
Look at that. He's been Dai Yokozuna for half an hour and he's already doing speeches.
I'm just being honest. Like, I love this.
No, I know. I didn't have anything sentimental to add, so I had to just go back to the bag here. I only have one arrow in my quiver, and that's make fun of Max. So,
no, hey, get it, sharpen that damn arrow, make it hurt. Come on.
All right,
you're right. Out of practice.
As we close the show, we'll give Jake one more chance to be a good and kind friend. As we know, this is Flarrick's last opportunity to close out an episode, but he did open the episode. So, Jake, will you cede your opportunity to close the episode to Fleric to give him one more touch of the glory of 2025 that he had earned? Or
I feel like I'm
will
being
you
set up for something
selfishly
here.
keep it to yourself?
Ooh.
I don't know. Fleric, do you want to do it? You want me to do it?
Nah, you got, man. Go for
All
it.
right. See how civilly that can be?
I do
That's
appreciate the speech for it, though, Ryan. The fight, the guilt.
Yeah.
That was some top-notch guilt right there.
I knew it wouldn't work on Jake, but just wanted
That's
to
the
make
kind
him...
of boring professionalism you can expect for the next year out of me, Ryan, when we're deciding who's second place. And until next time, throw your salt high and keep moving forward and predicting Sumo better than Fleric.
Yeah.